Hey y'all! So I've gotten a couple of requests to do a kind of garden tour, almost before and after, just showing what our property looks like now and kind of explaining some of the plans that we have. So today's the day that we're going to show you around our new home and let you know some of the things that we have going on. So we'll just start in the front of the house right over here. So this area right here, the whole strip is going to end up being sort of our breakfast garden. We're going to have blueberries, strawberries, nectarines, service berries, all of the breakfast fruits that we love so much. I think if you've seen one of my past videos that I just finished, you'll see that there are tulips planted right along here with some daffodils and a beautiful drift. I think that's going to look so nice when it pops up. This tree, we're not positive, but we think it's going to have to go just because you can see that it's got a little bit of disease going on. Branches are falling. We think that's insect damage up there. So we're pretty positive that this will have to go. We're just trying to get somebody out here to take a better look at that. But that's our plan for this spot right over here. Just have beautiful fruits coming through, flowers. We're gonna do, I think, a couple of limelight hydrangeas, which I think will look really nice. All right, heading straight over here. So right here you can tell some of these junipers are just a little worn, a little finished. I do really love this pine. I think it's so beautiful. I wish I could move it, but I don't think we can. So our plan here is to take out the junipers. We've already started with another old bush right on the side over here. There's an older bush that we started digging out not too long ago. And we're really just working on cleaning up the space and getting some fresh things in here. We're thinking some sun-loving plants because this is south-facing. Oh, and Daisy, yeah, great. So let me tell you this plan for this front yard garden. So we've got this giant grassy area right here. Oh, I've got thoughts. We're going to line it with boxwoods in a square formation. Along the road here, a ton of trash blows in. It's very windy here. We're going to line the side here. We're thinking with arborvitaes, but we did see a couple of box cones that we liked. So that's our plan, to line just with some beautiful evergreen trees, then come through and square it off with boxwoods, and then this will be the front yard garden. So we've got a design going where there will be a centerpiece right about here, and I'm thinking that centerpiece is going to be a multi-trunked fruit tree. That is my hope. Cherry trees to be specific, but we'll see if we can find something like that. All of these bricks and rocks that are lining this right here, for some reason, those will come up, and this will all just be reformatted. Let's head to the backyard. This space right here, I don't know much about this tree, including what it is. I have no idea. I don't know. It's got like maple-y type leaves, so it could be some sort of maple tree, I think. I don't know. But around this maple tree, roses. That's my idea. I really want a rose garden. I've been stalking David Austin's websites right now, looking at all of their beautiful roses, and I'm thinking a rose garden just right here in this area. These bushes will be coming out. We saw them when they were green before we moved in, and just not a fan. So if I'm not a fan, I'm going to take it out. And here's where we planted some of the replete daffodils, some tulips. Oh. Now remember, we've only lived here for a month, so just cut us some slack. So as you come up this way, we're hoping to have a shade sort of garden here, maybe some hostas, some heucheras. Everything shade loving is definitely, there are two places for them, and this is one of them. In the back here, we're hoping to get a tool shed so Daniel can have his garage back. So just a little small square shed where I can put my shovel, my rake, my pots if need be, just in this little square right here, because we don't want to take up too much room, because as we turn in here, this is going to be our dog run. So these junipers actually mark it out pretty well. This space is kind of being taken up a little bit by the junipers, but we're thinking we take the junipers out, we replace it with a fence just to give the dogs a little bit more space where they're not running into bushes, and they will have all of this space. We're not sure what these trees are yet. We'd love to find out. There is a giant hedge. We're waiting to see how much it's going to cost to have somebody else dig this out, because if it's anything like the bush that I've been trying to dig out in the front, it is just going to kill me. It is going to ruin me. And so I just think this project's just a little bit too big for me to tackle on my own. So we're going to see if we can't get some estimates on having this hedge here removed, which will also widen the space and give the dog so much more room. Because if you can tell, there's about, I want to say, about 4.5 feet back there of space before it gets to the fence. There's a lot of space being taken up by this hedge, and I just feel it's really unnecessary. It's dying, it's looking a little diseased and spindly, and there's a fence back there, so we don't need a fence and a hedge, in my opinion. So this will all be dog run space. So what I'd love to do is have an arbor right here. The vegetable garden will have a little gate. That's what it's called, a gate. We'll have a little gate from the dog run. You'll come through. We have a hole. Oh, wow, pothole. That looks like a gopher hole. And that's deep. Oh, that's so deep. All right. Ooh, yep. As I was saying, the garden beds will begin here. So we'll have the arbor right in front. We'll have beds on this side, because remember, this hedge is going to come out, which gives us about 4 feet. The garden beds will come down this way. And right in the middle here, I really want to have a fountain. Every time I say it out loud, I see Daniel's face cringe a little bit, but I really want a fountain. So we'll see if we can't convince him that that's the way to go. But I want to have a fountain centerpiece here, and either a bench or a swing just in the back so I can look at the fountain and down in my garden space here. So then we'll have a few more garden beds here. I do have a design. Maybe I can pop it up on the screen so everybody can see. And then right in this corner here, up against this fence, we want to remove this hedge as well and do sort of a little cut flower garden. I do have some grapevines that I'm thinking this would be a perfect spot for, because it gets sun all day long. Originally I was thinking this would be a nice rose garden, but now I'm thinking definitely cut flowers. You don't really want to put cut flowers in the front of your house where you're cutting on them all season and they're looking a little without bloom. So as we come over here, I was saying in a last video, this is so slopey. The slope is very steep here. We really need to kind of fill dirt, level it out, build a retaining wall. We have so much work to do back here. It's almost overwhelming to think about, but you can see in my last video, I did plant right over here in this space. We're gonna go around. It's really muddy, and I just got my knees back last year, so I'd like to keep them. This will give me a really good chance to show you where I plan to put the other shade garden. So I would really love to widen this walkway here. We've got a lot of just random stones. We've even got stones up here on the slope. It's a lot happening here, and we're calling it Chateau de Uh-oh is the name of our home, because we thought it was a palace. Uh-oh. So right here you can see is where we had our catastrophe while planting bulbs. We found all of these stones and rocks and wood planks down here, and it was a situation. But we've got our tulips planted here, and not much is going on just in this space. What we're hoping and planning to do, like I said, is a retaining wall. Hopefully there will be stairs of some sort here, because right now you just have to hope that you don't fall. Wish me luck. Now wish Daniel luck.